You are listening to the Horse Radio Network, part of the Equine Network family.
Hey, you're listening to Adulting with Horses, the best place to be if you can't be at the barn. We are your co-hosts and equine authors, Heather Wallace and Natalie Keller Reinert. As crazy horse girls, we don't take ourselves too seriously in the saddle or out. We celebrate the things that make us different. Join us as we talk about horses and pop culture and get a little weird in a fun way. Thank you for being a little weird with us. Hi, Natalie.
Did you say that there might be snacks?
I said there might be snacks. I don't think they're for me, though. Did you want a snack?
I always want a snack, and I literally just ate lunch, but I had 2 breakfasts today, so I don't.
Don't get mad at me. I didn't eat breakfast or lunch yet. Yeah.
I mean, that's normal for me on a lot of days, but I don't know. I'm PMSing hard, and I'm eating a lot.
You know, it's so funny. I'm in the perimenopause state where sometimes I'm regular, sometimes I'm late, sometimes I'm early, and it's like I can get one period in every 2 months, or I can get 2 periods in 1 month. And all I do is crave red meat. So that's how I know it's coming.
Wow.
I could eat a whole fucking cow. The other day I was craving Taco Bell with their ground beef tacos. And I ended up, as one usually does, wearing most of it on my clothing. But it was good.
Worth it.
It was so worth it.
I guess if I'm craving a smash burger, then there's your answer. Because I don't usually eat like that. We have a standing lunch date at this one place, and usually we have, we'll get a flatbread, and maybe we'll split some fried green tomatoes, and then I'll go in and be like, double smash burger with fries, please. Once a month order.
I guess it's a good sign when you're ready. You need the iron. Your instincts are telling you that it's about to go heavy.
They really are. And then I get really sad, and I'm like, why am I so sad? And then I eat a little square of chocolate, and I'm not sad anymore. It's magic.
Hormones are a little bit magic, but also a little bit the devil.
Yes.
And I
kind of
know
women.
Well,
we are what we are, hormonal.
Well, and it's so funny too, because I've been meaning to make a reply. I posted the other day that I had my little Shark Week, little cubby thing. So it's a little lunch.
It looks like a
box.
thermos.
It is. It's but it's silicone, and it's so cute, and it's a shark. And when I was getting the girls ready for school, it was a pencil case, and I was like, I absolutely need this for tampons in case of emergency, in my car, because I don't use them generally speaking. But I was in a pinch, if I'm on the road. And I pulled that out the other day because I was I just need to talk about how cute this is, and literally got my period the next day.
Oh.
And I was yeah. And then, but it was so funny because someone made a comment on the TikTok that wasn't the lady bits that they were expecting. And I was like, what were you expecting? So I'm very curious to follow up with her on that one.
What other lady bits?
Maybe
she thought it was a toy chest.
Well, out and about, in the car. I mean, that would be aggressive even for me.
That is an emergency situation. You're pulling over.
Read one too many dark fantasies. Let's
Behind
go.
Behind a 7-Eleven, your audiobook has stirred up urges that must be dealt with.
Yeah, I'm wondering actually. Now I'm curious. Is that in someone's emergency kit? Really, for real? I can't imagine.
I mean, I think it would just be really hard to
pull that off,
responsibly find somewhere where nobody's going to spot you.
Yeah, you don't want to pull a Pee Wee Herman.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, right?
Exactly.
Wow, this went to a dark place really fast. I didn't mean for this to be the first 5 minutes of the show. But we did go there.
It's an adulting show. We discuss adult things.
I mean, to be fair, my friend did recommend, because I've been reading a lot, and I've been single for a long time now. And she's like, have you read Lights Out? And it was on my TBR, and I read it, and it's adorable and also very sexy. But I still don't think I would bring that kind of pocket wand in my car for to go. I don't think I'm there. But like, good
Yeah,
on
I'm just
you.
gonna say that hasn't come up for me.
No.
So
But you're also happily
no.
married and you can literally, and you work from home. So like,
Yeah. It's really optimal.
it is
'Cause
optimal.
you don't have to like fit things in, run a schedule or anything. You're just like, what's up?
You're like,
How's it
I'm
going?
feeling myself a little
That's
bit.
exactly what happens. Just like
Dang you. I'm actually I didn't look this up, but somehow I guess social media knows me better than I know myself. They were telling I saw a post about how like nuns or people who want to be nuns have to be celibate for a certain amount of time. And I was like, oh, basically if I were religious, I'd be a nun already. So there you go.
I bet nuns are pretty active. I
As
yeah,
I
I have my opinions.
Well, I don't know about that enough to piss off the whole Christian race, but yeah.
Wouldn't be hard.
No, no, no. Oh wow, we're going real dark today. We're choosing
We
violence.
really are. You know what? The world is a pain in the ass. And
Okay, so actually, before
yeah.
because the world is a violent pain in the ass, can we just talk about
Yes.
something really quick? I don't know if this has blessed your social media feed, but are you on Portland Talk?
Yes.
Oh, it
I
is
don't know how I got on it, but it's amazing. and
the
I'm telling
greatest
everyone
thing I've
about
ever
it.
seen. Whether I don't care what side of the political aisle you are in, I
That's
want to
funny.
go because Portland is weird and
It
it's
looks so fun.
clearly a town meant for me.
Yes. It looks so much fun. The first one I saw, I commented like, "Oh no, now I want to live in Portland," and then they just kept coming.
Well, that's what happens. And it's so funny because even the National Guard in Oregon says we ride at dawn to protect the frog. And I was like, absolutely. Absolutely you do. Because who doesn't protect a sweet little twerking frog?
I mean, yeah.
And he got pepper
I
sprayed. And then they interviewed him. Did you see that?
no.
They interviewed him after he got pepper sprayed because he came back dancing. And they're like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, it was just a little bit of peppermint taste. Like I think I'm okay." Like unfazed.
They've made it more gentle. That's good.
I mean, they also got him on the ass, in the little vent, and not in his face. Like wafted in gently, I think.
Yeah. A little spicy.
Oh my God. But no, I have absolutely been enjoying the heck out of this. Like, I feel like they need their own television show, like Weird Portland.
Well, there was Portlandia. I guess that was just a script. They're just working off of that. I still will leave that on. There's like a Samsung channel that's just Portlandia, and I can leave that on and let it run for 10 episodes in the background. It's just quietly insane. Kind of
I don't think I've ever seen it, but
perfect.
now I might need to. Because, like,
I
I'm
think you need
literally,
to.
I've never been to Oregon. But I'm originally from, like, Washington State and, like, San Francisco, right? So, like, I've just never been to Oregon that I recall, and now I need to go. Like, I have to.
I think we need to do something.
Oh my God, I would love to. I have so many. Don't ask me why I have so many like onesies. Like I have a pink pony onesie, I have a unicorn onesie. Like we could do something.
Oh my God. A onesie, like book event where everybody comes in their onesies and we just eat cake and talk about horse books.
Why do I feel like
mean,
every episode lately is me dressing you up as something?
I don't know. Yeah. I'm not, I don't think that I ended up agreeing to the ball gown, but I'd wear the onesie.
Well, you
Yeah.
didn't agree to the ball gown, but the poll is heavily in favor of you wearing one.
Listen, I don't listen to anybody. I don't take orders.
I don't know. I feel like peer pressure. I'm going to keep on this because I feel like there's an opportunity here. Even if I get you to
mean-
like a book ball or something like that.
Yeah, I'd consider that.
Excuse
haven't-
my dog while he yells at me. Excuse me, go lay down, sir.
Bark some more.
They're all
Bark
gonna
some more.
bark. Now they're all riled up.
Everybody loves the dog barking in the background. Glasgow's passed out asleep, but he's thinking about meeping.
Yeah, he's a
thinking about
little. Are you hearing that now? Because Bo is now checked in.
Yes.
You go to bed. Oh, Bo's saying hi. They've been in the crates all day, and
Mhm.
I just got home from work, and now they're all riled up from the kids, and they want to go run around and eat some grass and chase each other, and I'm mean because I'm not letting them.
You're the worst mom.
I am. They're wrestling
I
right
can
now.
even hear their toenails.
Yeah, they're wrestling. They're
Oh.
wrestling. My 13-year-old dog, who's half blind, is trying to wrestle the pit bull. So that's
Mhm.
yeah. Welcome
At
to
least
my
they get along.
chaos. I mean, they do until they don't. Yesterday I had to interrupt a dog fight because I dropped a treat,
Oh yeah.
and my Anatolian is an asshole of the highest proportions, and my pit bull was not backing down from the treat, and so they got a little bloody.
In this, I can see this happening between Ben and Manny, where Ben is the pit bull and Manny is the Anatolian.
Yes. Yeah. And it's funny because it's okay, Bo. Hold on. Let's put you.
There is dog wrangling happening.
What happens is when Coda and Gonzo wrestle, Bo puts himself in timeout because he knows that he can't wrestle anybody because he takes it to a dark place. He's like the guy who comes in with like a knife to a fist fight.
Yeah. Or like when people are having a normal conversation and then I realize I should not open my mouth. I get it.
I mean, I don't know that I've ever come to the realization until after the fact that I should probably not have said it.
I self-police. I'll be standing there and I'll be like, oh, I do not have anything that is going to build this conversation to the place where they're trying to take it. I am only going to take it down. I can't help it. I will nod and smile.
You're
And then I
better
look at
than
my
I
phone.
am. Because then there's me who goes, how do we make this awkward for everybody?
Yes, I have the introvert persuasion that's like, what if they find out what's really going on in my head? That can't be good. You're leading into it every time.
Well, because I don't have a filter, and that is what gets me into trouble, is because people are like, oh, she's weird. I'm like, yeah. But what I don't say is even weirder, so, like, you should be afraid. Because it could be so much worse. My God. Well, at least my dog's feeling better. I don't know if I told you this, but my older guy just got diagnosed with kidney disease, and he's 13, and I guess the new diet's working because he's trying to wrestle the pit bull who's like double his size. So, so that's going well. They can't, but it's a small house. Yeah, it's a small house, so they're just running from the kitchen to the window and back.
Oh God.
I'm gonna try to
Poor
get a little
toddler
video of
dog.
this because, like, it's just honestly.
I have been acquiring so many woodland creatures now that it's fall. My entire, like, my yard and my paddocks are just becoming populated with more and more forest creatures. It's really, really fun. I have a female turkey who apparently, like, she mornings in my front yard at my bird feeder, and she afternoons in the paddock next to the house, and then she
But
goes into the
ticks.
woods for night. That's great. She
yeah,
loves
no,
this place because I have 10,000 deer.
Who love the ticks. They love to bring in the ticks.
They do, and I have all these fawns, and the fawns, like the does, like leave the fawns in the front yard all day. It's just insanity. It's become Natalie's daycare for woodland creatures.
It's like you're Snow White. Like you're living my dream.
Yes.
Yeah, you're living
I
my
am
dream.
Snow White. I want to live deep in the forest and talk to critters. Okay, it's happening. Oh,
It is
happening.
Well, and it's so funny because, I've been trying to do the opposite, where I'm trying to save lives here because my dogs like to hunt. And so we have stray cats because I live near the water. Sorry, my headphones bugging me. Because we live near the water, and we have skunks that keep coming around. And so I put up these like sonar deterrents.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so it was making these weird like clicking and whirring sounds, but I'll tell you it is working a little bit, but my dogs still will go out and like you can tell something's been in the yard because they'll be sniffing around. So it's really funny.
I had looked at that when I thought maybe I could get rid of the deer instead of just building up my defenses with larger and larger fences. I looked at those, but the reviews were basically like, nothing works. Animals are going to overrun your home and destroy your life. And so I buy bigger bags of birdseed and lean into it.
That's one way to go. I think when Gonzo passes and Bo passes and it's just the pit bull, like, I think Coda is a gentle giant. So he's more likely to, like, kill it with kindness, but he's not really going to kill it. Like, that's not really his nature. So I might lean into doing like a bird bath, bird feed, or something like that then. But for now, I just got to do my best because I don't need any dead animals on my property because they've been there and done that in the past. Like they took on a snapping turtle. They've taken on a red-tailed hawk. Like they have no fucks to give.
Oh my God, you have murder dogs.
Murder dogs. And so it's really Gonzo, and then Bo kind of like joins in because he's a follower. Gonzo has such a high prey drive. He sees a cat and you hear like a high-pitched keening. Like you think the banshees have come to tell you of your impending death.
That is very disturbing.
It is so disturbing. And I've pulled live animals out of his like gullet. Like I've literally tried because like trying to save them. It doesn't work. But yeah, no,
I think we've gone to a true dark place.
He really, he'll sit next to a hole and eat the babies' rabbits as they come out. Like it's bad. So we're not allowed to have like small animals yet.
Oh my God. I don't even know what to say to that. That's horrifying.
No, he's a murderer. He's an absolute
You
murderer.
stumped me. That is deeply alarming.
I told you I shouldn't take the filter off.
I thought it would be funny.
Well, I could do funny too, but like, so maybe moving on from dark humor. Anyway,
yeah.
I
we're both just punch drunk from prepping for Equine Affair before we both go on vacation.
You know what's funny? And there's no judgment.
You were getting so many packages.
Yeah, and guess who has no room because I already am boxes deep. Okay, so like I haven't been able to really unpack everything yet from the move, and suddenly I'm getting more and more boxes, and I'm just like trying to remember where it goes where, so I don't, and still be able to leave the garage,
Yeah, no, it all has to come, and it's getting shipped so much faster than I anticipated. Like the books are coming, everything's coming. It's all headed right for you so that we can have a big fun booth at Equine Affair.
Yeah,
I took 4 days off from writing to order all this stuff and get everything in order.
Thanks for the warning. Jesus, I knew the
I thought I knew a couple.
There's a couple things. Oh yeah. I have 2 bookcases that I have to build this weekend, and then I can start unpacking books, like, and see then what is stock, and then what is like my like books that I read, and then I'm just gonna put all of my stock to the side and figure out what I need to order because like I have no idea. I have probably 70 boxes in the garage right now that I've yet to be unpacked.
It might be easier to just order some stuff.
Yeah, but then where am I going to put it? Where am I going to put it?
In your bedroom? The foot of your bed?
I got a 1940s craftsman style home, babe. It's not that big. And books are delicate. Well, so we're figuring it out. But until then.
Your horse trailer.
Yeah, maybe I have to bring the horse trailer back for a little hot minute. I didn't even tell you. Did I tell you about what happened to my horse trailer?
No.
Okay. So luckily this is not a dark story. My trainer was borrowing my trailer because hers broke down. Her brakes were having a problem. So she had to turn around and she was like, "Oh, Heather, I'm just going to borrow your trailer." Like, not a problem. She kind of has an open invitation to it. She calls me and I was like, "Oh shit, she's calling me. Like, that's a problem. Like,
yeah.
Is Delight alive? Like, what's happening?" And she goes, "Well, I'm at Princeton show jumping." I'm like, "Are you okay?" She's like, "Everyone's okay. We made it here." But I'm like, "What happened?" She goes, "We pulled into the driveway and they hear a gong. And then they see sparks. And apparently the chassis, for the axle, I guess, the front axle for the wheels of my trailer completely came undone and bumped into the hind axle, and the wheels were rubbing together with the horse on it. So they got the horse off and everything was fine, but they were stranded there.
Oh my God.
Yeah, until they could get another trailer out for the horse after he showed, because he was fine. And then my trailer had to go to a maintenance place to get fixed and reattached.
Unbelievable. Oh my God.
Yeah. And so that took a couple weeks. And then, all of this, of course, went down at the same time I was moving. So I'm just throwing money away. It's just basically I might as well light it on fire.
Right.
Yeah. So anywho, my trailer's back.
Great. That's great.
Better than before, I hope.
Yeah. New and improved.
I was like,
Oy
while you're here, can you
vey.
check everything? So,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, so they checked the brakes and everything, and they
Oh
needed
my
some tweaks. So,
God.
yeah, so that was crazy. But, sometimes those like small problems are very, very lucky because God
Mm-hmm.
forbid if we had multiple horses or we were stuck in the road or at night, like, oh my God, I can't even imagine.
That is just, ugh,
Worst nightmare.
ugh. This is like our Halloween episode. Like, this is definitely spooky.
Yeah, I know. Well, and it is kind of our Halloween episode because this is like our third one of the October.
Oh,
Um, So I guess if we think about it like that, but it was unintentionally scary. But yeah, I guess I got kind of dark today between Gonzo's death murders
yeah.
and trailer.
The trailering
Wow,
incident
I did not
and
mean to make it this dark. I'm actually in a very happy place.
yeah, you
So
seem bright and sprightly. Everything looks great. You got your lippy on. I don't
I mean, my hair
know.
is unwashed as you can see, but otherwise it's been a good day. I've been up since 4, because of my Anatolian, so that's super
Yeah,
fun.
I had a great day. I turned in a book,
Ooh, that's
which
exciting.
literally on Monday I was almost in tears that I would never finish this book.
I'm
And
not
at
laughing.
lunch
I'm like, haha.
yesterday, I was like, I think I gotta push through and turn it in on Sunday. And then today I read the last bit and I was like, let me add a little and a little and a little. And I said, do you know what? And I sent it.
Good
So
for
those are
you.
the stages of finishing a revision.
Yeah. You know what? You know what? You know what? Send.
Death, push through. Hey, you know what? It's not half bad. Send it before you look at it again. Just go.
Everyone's got their process.
hmm Yeah, my process is definitely to crash out right at the end.
Yeah.
Like, just lose your mind.
Yeah.
So excited for that because as I immediately like had to email another editor and say, okay, I'm ready to set up a call to talk about these edits because
Oh my God.
all I do is revise books, apparently. Author? No, reviser.
But you know what? I mean, good problem to have. At least people
It
are
is.
interested in your books. It could be a lot worse. You could be posting to the void. Like,
hmm
most of the people who have read my books are listening, and so I'm like, hey guys, anybody want to read one of my books? No, I have nothing new. Just one of the old ones.
Exactly. I do feel that way.
Any of those sound good? But
I do
I,
feel that way.
I will say, like, my Kindle Unlimited sales are pretty consistent.
Mhm.
So I'm not like something's going right. I just sometimes you
I
feel
just
like you're talking to the void.
yeah, you just people don't always say or very
Right.
very rarely say that they're reading your stuff. I just threw everything in my back catalog back into Kindle Unlimited um because the publisher put the first 4 books of Eventing series in Kindle Unlimited and I said, "Oh, I like where that's going."
Yeah.
I could keep people busy for a while with 30 odd books. So,
Yes, you
yeah, I
can.
threw them all back in, especially because we can have books in libraries now
Yes.
and Kindle Unlimited. And that changed it for me. So I didn't have to pull anything out of Overdrive. Libby can still carry books. Hoopla can still carry the books.
Oh, that's so
Get
great.
that whopping 50 cents per checkout on a Hoopla book, which I just love.
Oh, that's really good. Yeah, I gotta get my
Did you know
daughter
that it's
into
50
that.
cents? I don't know
No,
if
I
you're
didn't,
into,
but I gotta get my
yeah,
daughter's
50 more
really into
cents.
books and she takes me like the public library. She's
Mm-hmm.
always like taking out, and so I maybe I'll check that out for her. But she's really likes a
Do.
paperback. That's the trouble.
I do too.
Yeah, which I get. I
Mm-hmm.
get. Paperbacks are usually travel books for me. It's like
Mm-hmm.
that's what I take on the plane, and then of course, I buy more books. I have plans when I'm in London to go to the Book Barge. Have you heard of that?
Yeah. I went to the book barge last year.
Yeah, so I'm excited to do
Yeah,
that. I'm excited.
it's really, really cute. I bought a couple things there, and I have a bag from it
Oh,
because, tote bags are the best, and it
you
was a
can
really
never
cute
have
tote
too
bag.
many tote bags.
There was a dog. I want to say they had a dog. So yeah, it was good. I liked
Yeah,
it.
it's on my list of things to go because like I'm gonna be there for a few days. And I have another friend who's there right now, and so she's like, "Oh, you should do this, 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 and that." Because I've been there, but I don't want to necessarily do touristy things. Like I want to do something
Mm-hmm.
I haven't done before. So I'm trying to find if there's anything that might be a little like Halloween related or anything.
Mm.
But I have some good news.
Okay.
I'm a little scared, I'll be honest.
Oh, because I'm scared too after everything we've been through together today.
Clearly, I'm taking you on my trauma dump.
Yeah.
So on Sunday, I have this crazy looming thing where like I don't have really anything to do. Like, could I unpack? Yes, but my daughter is doing a painting party at the barn for our upcoming IEA show, and you know what I said to myself? Maybe it's a good day to ride.
A good day to ride.
I don't want to like build it up in my head too much and then,
Okay.
like pansy
Just
out.
a day to ride. Yeah.
But
No big
like
deal.
I'm excited to go to the barn and not have to work on horses, not have to do anything, not have to rush out, and maybe just possibly I get to actually put my leg over. It has been a very long time. I don't think I've ridden since January. Yeah.
That long?
Yeah, it's been a long
Oh
time.
my goodness.
I know. So
No
now I'm a
wonder things
little
went
ahead in my
dark.
head about it.
The best thing I think about having horses for a long time, like you have had, and then like they're mature, you know them, they know you. You take a really long break. You've got an out of shape horse who does not care. It's not like I haven't ridden this 5-year-old thoroughbred in 6 months. What will happen?
No, that's
It's not
true. My
like that at
horses
all.
are very consistent.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say that like knowing that fall was coming and that I was hoping to have a calm day, I did ask this like one girl at the barn who likes to ride Ferris to like get on him once or twice in the new barn, and he's been perfect. She said, and I quote, "Oh, he just throws a little buck here or there."
Oh, I bet she loved that.
I wouldn't call that perfect, in my opinion. But I mean, if I'm going to be completely honest, my first ride back, you know what that's going to look like? It's going to look like a leg over and a calm walk around the arena, both
Mm-hmm.
directions, making sure we still know how to steer, and then off. Like it's going to
Yeah.
be asking for some positives, just getting the feel for it, because I don't, I'm out of shape.
No, that is the way. I took off the whole summer, and of course, the last thing I did before I took off the whole summer was fall off.
Yeah,
And
that's tough.
when I came back, I did some groundwork first. I did some target and stuff like that to, like engage with him, be like, "Hey, we're doing some stuff again. You're not just grazing," and to get him interested in hanging out with me. And then yeah, it was like this was a great 10-minute walk on a loose rein. You were amazing. No one else can walk on a loose rein like you. Getting off, and I did that for a week, and it was great.
Yeah.
Um, and then I trod it, and then I think I said in the last time we talked that I built my way up to a canter, and I was really nervous about the canter, and it was
Yeah.
fine. He's a deadhead about it because, I didn't do anything to sort of build him up to being spicy again.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Didn't get him
Like,
too excited or
yeah, like he was already. But when I was riding him in July, we'd been working for months at that point, and he was on a hair trigger. He was like, "I am a very wise Grand Prix horse, and you have moved your leg 1 centimeter wrong, blah," and he's not right now. He just wants to graze, and he's like, "Oh, we're going for a walk, fine."
Well, that's a
So,
good point, actually. That, we've talked before about how it's important for riders to take some time off if they feel like they need it. And honestly, that's just a great point. Sometimes the horses need a mental break and physical break too.
yes, they do, and I think that's something that gets overlooked. It's something like you see it in race training, where you have a race in mind. You get the horse trained to that peak on that race day if everything's going correctly. And this is literally in the book I just read. It's really perfect. And then you pick another race, you know, you keep the horse at peak, but you can only do that for a few weeks.
Right.
And then you have to let down. And after a few months or a season, you have to turn out. You have to say, I have to let all of these muscles stretch out again. I have to let this brain unwind again. You cannot keep a horse at the peak or
Yeah.
even, schooling nonstop for months
Oh
on
my God, yeah,
end
it's
without
like
doing some damage.
constantly. Well, and
Mm-hmm.
and I think too, I mean, I know for me, people are like, how do you do it? I'm like, well, I go 1,000 miles an hour and then I crash out. and
Mm-hmm.
which is not healthy because then I have these episodes where I'm like down for like 3 months or 6 months or a year. And
Your chemistry is your chemistry.
right. I mean, it's just my hyper focus, right? And how I
Yeah.
work. But, Ferris, he gets really bored. And I think him having time off, how I knew he was ready to come back. I don't know if I told you this story yet. He was being brought in, him and Delight. And he got real spicy, which is not like him because usually everyone thinks Delight's the spicy one, and he can be a little bit bullish, but he's not really
Mm-hmm.
like spicy on the ground, I should say. And Ferris broke like the hold from the person handling him. He grazed, stepped on his clip, picked his head up, and like broke the bit, like broke the
Oh.
halter on purpose, I tell you. And then he looked at them, realized they didn't have him, and took off.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, this pony's galloped 3 times in like the 11 years that I've known him. He needs to go back to work because
Yeah.
he needed a break, and
Absolutely.
I needed a break, and we're both sensitive. But I was like, and you're done. Like you're done.
Yeah, the acting out. Look, and really fit horses will change their behavior because they're so fit. But there's a line there,
Mm-hmm.
and I think acting out at the end of a lead, things like that, when it becomes totally unusual behavior, it's not doing the horse any favors for them to be acting like that. So you really have to ask, why are they doing this? Why are they bouncing off the walls?
Right.
Why are they breaking shit? Why are they running away? Like,
Yeah, and
none of
he's
that is
he's
necessarily
normally
screaming,
like
"Can I
running
do
with
more,
his brother.
please?"
Like he runs with his
Yeah.
brother. They play all the time. It's not like he's not active. I've lunged him. I just haven't been able to like get a leg over. And so I was like, oh, you need, yeah, you're getting a training ride, son.
So that's a great tip. So we had a comment on TikTok from Estrella Acres, and they asked, well, "How do you psych yourself up? Get ready for a long or for a ride after a long break?" And one would be assessing the horse and deciding, is this a horse where I can get on and hack? Like I would consider, that's how I handle Ben, is just a lot of long hacks, lots of treats, lots of like, hey, isn't riding great? Aren't you glad we're riding? Like I treat him like a toddler. Or you have a horse where you say, yeah, I'm going to need a pro to ride you a few times and remind you about breaks, about not bucking,
Well, yeah, and it's so
respecting
funny.
my space.
Yeah, you just have to read your horse. And I mean, I went to Asia and I came back and took him on a trail ride alone, right? Like he's not a horse that can't sit. Like he can absolutely do that. But it's been a very long break for us, and I think
Yeah.
he thought he was retired. And part of me wondered if he was too. But I took him out and I lunged him like a month ago, and because I wanted to see how he did, and I'll tell you, I did not. He did not take a step out of wrong, like out of place. Like he was perfect, but he was up. Like he was excited, looky. He was, but he was on the muscle, right? And I remember thinking to myself, like, glad I chose to lunge today to see where we were at rather than just trusting how he used to be. And again, we moved barns, and so it's a totally different thing. Even though we've moved barns before, even though he's been a show horse, you have to take them where they are currently and not apply like what happened in the past, etc. Like,
oh yeah, I mean, even if you ride them where you turn them out, right? If it's a new barn, then they're saying, well, how is work different here?
Right.
What is this going to look like for me here? Because it can't be the same as it was before. It's a different place.
Yeah, totally different routine.
Their whole like sensory and risk assessment. They have to go through all those checks. They're like pilots.
Yeah.
On their checklist.
Well, and
will
that's
this
what
eat
we do.
me?
Like,
will this eat me? Will this eat me?
well, and I always take them, like I take them to like both directions for coming in and turn in and turn out. Like I've walked them all around the property. I've walked them both, even though Delight's not ridden. I think it's good to have them familiar with their surroundings. I've walked them around the indoor and the outdoor multiple times. And then the lunge was like, oh, okay, you're perfect, but also like if I'm nervous, this could be a problem between the two of us both being excited. or excitable. So I just, I'm still working up the nerve. It's not him, it's me. Like
Hmm.
if I'm going to be completely honest, he's fine. He's been around. He's done that. He's 17, coming 18. Like he knows his stuff. Um, but I also don't want him to take advantage of me a little bit because I'm so out of shape. Like I
He'd be
cannot
like,
tell you.
yeah, you get a little confident, you do a little trot, and he's like, Mom, 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 you know what'd be fun?
Yeah.
Mom, you know what'd be
Then
fun?
he
And you're
drops
like,
his head and
no.
suddenly we're like
Ugh,
taking off. And he
exactly.
doesn't really do that. Like like I mentioned, I've seen him gallop 3 times and none of that was with a rider. Like,
Yeah.
he's just not that horse. But he will crow hop. He will throw a leg. He will toss you if you grab his mouth. So like he's naughty in his way. But I've also 40 pounds lighter than I was the last time I rode him. So I don't know if he'll
Hmm.
recognize my weight in the saddle. Like, I'm easier to throw now.
Oh, wow, his trot is big.
I mean, all of it's gonna feel big because I'm gonna feel tired. Like even if we just
Yeah,
take a couple of trot steps, I'm gonna be like,
you're not gonna trot. Uh,
no, stop
and
calling me out.
you're gonna hurt between your thighs on the day after.
You know
That's
what?
just
At least I'll
it's
have
like you've
something
never ridden
between my
before.
thighs. Okay, listen.
That's true. Sitting trot.
No, I'm
Why, you
alive.
devil, you. You have to
No,
sit back further than that.
I'm I'm excited. I'm excited. I think it's going to be fun. Not to have something between my thighs, but I'm excited to ride my pony. I'm excited for the potential because, again, I don't want to like hype myself up and then feel like I'm letting myself down if like the mood's just not vibing.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I think it's different for everybody. There's no right way to do it, but coming back in, I'm always a slow and steady approach. I mean, I'm like that in life too. Like I know I'm a
Yeah.
pretty bold personality, but I prefer slow and steady whenever I do anything. Unless it's booking travel, and then it's just a click and I'm on first class. I don't know what happens. It's like a blackout.
Yeah, yeah, I've been there. The other thing I like about going slow is I think about what it feels like for me when I go back to the gym after a break.
Yes.
And, you know, I don't want to go to the max of my abilities, thanks. I want to ease back in, and my horse's back and my horse's joints have got to feel the same way. Where after a long break, a 15-minute walk for the first week, I think is more than enough for somebody who hasn't had any weight on his back in a while,
You
you
know what?
know?
That's such a good point because, I always called him my project pony because we do like 3 months on, 3 months off regularly
Yeah.
because of the weather or whatnot. And so I'm always getting him back into shape. And it's very true. Like when we're getting back, if you go too hard too fast or you do the same repetitive exercises multiple days in
Hmm.
a row, you get strains or you're likely to get hurt and injury. And then you're in the gutter. You know what I mean? Like you're
Hmm.
way waiting and making your own problems. So it's better to go slow because for me, when I go back to the gym, once every decade or so, um, it usually after 2 weeks, I usually get some
Hmm.
kind of strain or injury that puts me out for 2 weeks. Like if I go too
Yeah.
fast, I get too big for my britches.
Yeah, I'll ride every other day. I'll do a 15-minute walk, and then each day I'll add on like a 10-minute changing exercise. Like I might do 10-meter serpentines. And that depends on, is he like staring into the woods and not paying attention to me and
Right.
trying to constantly change gait? Okay, then I'm going to do 10-meter serpentines at the top of the ring, and those always get his attention back. I might add some transitions. That always brings his head back, but I only do that, for a few minutes. And then I don't do that the next day because those were
Yes.
tight turns and that was a lot of collection. So then the next time I ride, I'll do like some big 20-meter circles and say, let's just stretch. And then another day I'll ride in and out of the trees and do just lots of loops and do a lot of leg yielding. So every day, the muscle groups are being used in different ways. And so bring back slowly. I'm not really risking straining anything because nothing hurts. Nothing has been
Yeah.
overutilized yet.
And I think that's a
So,
really good point. I think, and what I sometimes tell my clients, depending if they have a rehab case, is like you can increase frequency or duration. So if you're riding every other day, you're not going to change maybe how often you ride, but go from 15 minutes to 20 to 25
hmm
minutes and slowly increase that. And if they don't have a problem, then you can work your way up in time, but you don't want to add days and time at the same time
yeah,
because it's just too much stress on the body. And I'll be honest, in my experience, like 3 days a week is like 3 to 4 days a week is a sweet spot of
it really is.
exercise. Yeah, they
hmm
don't like I've seen horses that are ridden 5, 6 days a week that are so lacking in muscle and stressed. And then I see horses that are ridden twice a week, but just ridden correctly. And like the difference is astounding. So
Yeah.
I really cannot stress enough like the right type of exercise and building up those muscles. Like the muscle memory will come back. Um,
hmm
that's not going to go away, but I need him to be stronger again. And then I can focus on pushing him a little, but we need to get our strength back, both of us.
Yeah, and I think that a lot of times when people come straight out of like the riding lesson sort of machine and they're schooling their own horse on their own, they're doing repetitive exercise,
Yes.
not in an hour, but 6 days a week, the same exercises and variation every single day. Like you can get 101 dressage exercises.
That's a great book.
You can get that on your Kindle for like $1.99. Put on your phone and just every day pick a different exercise and just move the horse differently, do a transition in a different place. But when you do that 5 or 6 times in a row, if you have a horse that enjoys learning patterns, like Ben gets into it, like we do one in my lessons where or I learned in my lesson where you like come in on the quarter line and then you change direction on the quarter line and go back to the rail, leg yield, blah, blah, blah. And the first time I did it with Ben, he was like, this is so hard. And then 3 times in, he was going, oh, I know exactly when I'm going to shift my shoulder. Like he loved it. The way he got into it was incredible. So
Ferris
that's,
is the opposite.
one
I have to
thing.
keep him guessing, or he's way too smart for his own good, and he starts like offering it and trying to do it so he can be done and like snacking. So like he zones out, and then he just goes on autopilot. So but one way that I actually, the reason I created the Adulting with Horses Barn Time Planner was because I couldn't remember the last time I rode or what we did. And so
Yeah.
I made it so that there's no dates on it and I could just jot it down. So I've got to print out another one. I think I'm getting some done for Equine Affair.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
I need to pull it out and put it in the tack box because, I want to get back into it. I need it. But, and clearly he needs it because he's a cry for help with his little gallop. He's like, "Don't make me run."
I think, you say you need it and we both take 3 months on and 3 months off, I swear. It's our thing. And it's just like figuring out what's good for us, what's good for the horse. And then I see you looking at me. My cat's awake. What's figuring out what's good for us, what's good for the horse, and then trying to work that around how that fits into like do we want to do a horse show like you did IEA last year and that was really cool, and then this year like clearly that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And I would love to do a horse show, and every time I put it on my calendar I have to take it off, and I
Oh,
always
that's
get that
frustrating.
profound relief. It is frustrating. There's just everything always happens at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's just I don't know where I was really going with that thought, except I just
Well,
keep
it's
riding
all
for the
about
pleasure
balance.
of it.
Yeah, I mean, but it's all
Yeah.
about balance. It's balancing our time with
hmm
the program that we want to put ourselves and our horses in. It's the worst thing in my mind that can happen is like I slowly get him started where he's built up, and then what, like I disappear on him again because something is
Yeah,
coming up. Like I feel I know they thrive on consistency, and actually Ferris, thankfully, is a child of chaos because he gets bored with routine. Like I almost have to keep things interesting for him. But I don't have that much longer with him and I want to spend time with him. And so I want to do it in a way that's going to benefit him for his health. And so like the more muscle he has, the longer he's going to be around.
yeah, I think that made me think of where my brain was trying to go, which is like, sorry, I wrote a book this morning. Uh, making sure the program, when you put yourself on a program, that you're not bumming yourself out.
Right.
You know what I mean? That you're not going, "Well, I have to ride. Oh my God, I have to fit this in because I have to get this right because I have to be ready in 3 weeks or 4 weeks or 6 weeks for whatever is coming down the pike," and letting your riding become stressful.
Right.
You know, as if your program is stressing you out, then I think the next thing is really reassess why that's your program
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
reframe why you're riding your horse. Because there are definitely days where I'm like, I gotta ride, I gotta ride, I gotta ride. And then I go, hey, guess what? You don't have to ride. Nothing will happen and you will get your work done and you won't be stressed. And then, oh, the thrill of canceling plans,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
that
Well,
weight drops off my shoulders. I feel like I just took a couple shots. I'm like, oh my God, I'm springing my step.
well,
My extremities are
yeah.
tingling because
It's
I
supposed to
stopped
be
saying I
fun.
had to do something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
supposed to be
supposed to
fun.
be fun. And I think, and it's so funny because like Robin, my trainer, she's been so great. She's like, listen, the horses will be here. They're fine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm going through a very interesting experience, but it'll be the first and last time I get divorced. So,
Yeah.
you know, like this is a blip in the scheme of things. My horses will hopefully be around for another 10 years or more. And, you know, yeah, we could chalk it up to like we had a bad time, but guess what? It's just a season and I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
have other crises of motivation. Like it's gonna happen because I'm a
Yep.
busy single mom and I work full time and I work with horses too. So like I do get my cup filled even though I'm not riding.
Right. I go out and I feed and I pat and I groom and I hug. Sometimes I just hug. Ben's so good about that.
Aw. Not
Uh,
Manny though, right? He's a little feral.
no, Manny backs away. Like he comes up to you, you pet him, and then you try to go in for like a good stroke and he just backs away. I'm like, you're such a. Anyway, you know, because things, like it took so long about planting my winter garden. And I've only just started planting my winter garden. But the other night I was like, I keep putting off planting seeds so that I can ride because I have to ride. Meanwhile, my garden could be feeding me delicious salad all winter long, but I have to put the seeds in the ground one time.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I was making myself crazy and depriving myself of salad, which I like. Um,
Yeah, if
because
you're
I
into
had this
that
idea
thing.
that I was going to go to this show that I'm not going to go to.
Yeah, because how many shows have you canceled so far this year? Like we're
That's
just
all
gonna
I
make
do is cancel shows.
how many? How many?
That's I said that's all I do. I cancel shows. Bless my poor trainer texted me last night and she was like, "Hey, I just wanted to tell you there's a show next week." And I was like, "Oh, I'm going to be out of the country."
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, maybe we're making our listeners feel better here because you
We
know,
accomplished
they're not alone.
nothing.
I mean, maybe y'all aren't going to the UK like we are, but you know, maybe you are. I don't know.
Maybe you
Tell me all
are.
about it.
And
But
do that.
yeah, I want to hear all of the places to go. I'm serious. But yeah, I mean, I think we're talking about things that are authentic to us because we're living very much horse girl lives, and we're not the only ones. We're not the only
Y-
ones. There's plenty of us out there that are all experiencing the same kind of crises.
Oh, I recorded a podcast 2 days ago with
You're cheating on
the
me?
horse. Yeah, man. You know me. I can't be trusted
Can't
for
be
a
tied
minute.
down.
I'm gonna double check I get their exact name right.
Yeah, you should do that.
Because, but you know, we ended up talking about this very subject,
Oh,
like just
we don't want to
it's
double
Horse
up on
Girls. The name of the podcast is Horse Girls Podcast.
Okay.
And it's really great. I recommend it. They've been reading all of the eventing series and talking about it, and I haven't listened to that because
Yeah, that's hard.
they were like, you can. I was like, no. But we talked about like the eventing series and my book coming out next year and stuff like that. And they're, you know, like we just ended up talking about, well, we can't balance anything. Like, no. I was like, that's my
It's
whole podcast. All we
unrealistic.
do is talk about how we can't balance anything.
Yeah. It's completely unrealistic. Like who said who else is saying that like they can balance work life and like family and horses? Like they're full of shit.
They're lying to you.
They're
Or they have a
lying.
lot of paid help. But even if you have paid help, there are some things that you absolutely have to do yourself. When I have to get on a call with my accountant, I'm like, I'm sure I did not ask for like hour-long sessions to be added to my life so that I But there's some stuff my accountant can't do. I have to say, go ahead and do that. Or my
Yeah.
husband has to learn how to do something on QuickBooks or whatever to make them happy. And it's outrageous. Why can't he just do everything in my life?
No, it is outrageous. I literally need a personal assistant, but I also can't afford it right now. So,
And then you have to train them.
well, I mean, yeah, but I love telling people what to do. So, win-win.
That's true.
But I was at the doctor yesterday for my daughter, and it's like a semi-annual for her special needs and for her bracing and things. And the assistant was like, "Oh, did you do XYZ that the doctor asked you to do?" And I was like, "Nope." Nope. And then it was so funny because it was like, Cameron looks at me and she goes, "Mom, we totally did." And I was like, "Did we?" Like, she had to remind me that I followed the doctor's instructions because I had no memory. No memory
Oh,
of
this
it
is
all.
every conversation with my husband and a third party. He says, "Is this handled?" And I'm like, "No, I've never heard of that." And Corey will be like, we did this. We did it immediately. Like, well, that was 4 weeks ago. I don't know what happened.
I got up at 4 in the morning, right? Because my dog was like telling me he had to pee and he wanted to sniff some stray cats. Like, I don't know what reality is right now, okay? Like, no, I don't have the energy to ride a horse that might buck, okay? I will get flung so far that I won't need to dress up in a unicorn onesie because I'll be dead and I'll become the unicorn, okay?
It's absolutely hilarious that we live these complex modern lives and then we're like, we should ride a horse. Like, what? Who are we kidding?
Let's throw in more chaos because, like,
Or it's weird when we say we have horses. They're like, but it's 2025. Who the hell has the time or energy for a horse?
No, my favorite is people are like, "Oh wow, you have horses? That's so great." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I don't see them though." Like, I'm with you right now. So
I look out the window. I'm like, there's a horse out there, and that's about it.
it's so bad. Oh my god, it's so bad.
We're insane.
Anyhow, we should probably do an adulting win because I think we need one.
Oh,
I think we need
boy.
an adulting win of the week.
Well, mine's pretty. I survived my crash out and turned in my book. Hooray! I did a job.
You did your job. You're so good.
I did. What'd you do? You
Adulting
survived.
win. If it's horsey, I got to groom both my horses this week, which doesn't happen every week, which is sad and pathetic. So,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
uh-oh, is it an incoming Glasgow?
Yes. Hi. I'm sorry. My face just got so close. He took the desk.
Glasgow has informed us that we are done.
He was gonna jump right on my laptop.
Oh,
That
my
would have
God.
been really bad. Hello.
Okay.
No.
On
no,
that
thank you.
note, well, at least we both got to turn in our adulting wins. And on Glasgow's note, I guess
Okay,
we're
so-
done.
I think so. Yep. Everybody say bye to Glasgow.
Bye, Glasgow.
Bye, Glasgow.
Thank you for being a little weird with us, horse girls. If you like what you hear, make sure to subscribe to the podcast on your player of choice. Follow us on Instagram at Adulting with Horses Podcast, or even better, join our Adulting with Horses Clubhouse on Facebook, where you can become part of the show. Also, it's a great place to meet other horse crazy women. Thanks, and see you next time.